Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, where the Dort defenders winners over Dakota Wesleyan in women's play 66-61. Other GPAC games going on tonight. 5 games played. 4 of them have gone final, but I feel comfortable calling all 5 of them at this point. Northwestern a winner over Waldorf 88-54. Northwestern now 3-1 in the conference. Hastings puts 116 on the board tonight. 116-52 winner over the College of St. Mary. I'm afraid wins for the Flames are going to be tough to come by this season. Morningside 70-56 winners over Concordia. That one gets my attention, but it was played in Sioux City. 70-56 Morningside with a win. Doan's going to beat Mount Marty. There's about 2 minutes left, and it's a 30-point ball game, 83-52 at last check. And it's actually now a minute left, 88-58. And Dort defeated Dakota Wesleyan 66-61. The standings then up to the moment after play tonight. Dort is 4-0. Briarcliff, Doan, Hastings, and Northwestern are all 3-1. Concordia and Morningside are 3-2. Waldorf is 1-4. Midland is 1-3. Mount Marty and the College of St. Mary are both 0-5. There are a couple of non-conference games going on tonight. Men's play. Bellevue leads Briarcliff by 6, 44-38. That's late in the game. That's a defensive slugfest, evidently, unless that's time remaining in the halftime. Sometimes that time gets askew. And in men's basketball, Dakota State leads Midland 39-35. Coming up on Saturday, the defenders will be on the road against Mount Marty, taking on the Lancers. That will be a 2 o'clock start time. Other scores to bring you up to speed on for today. We told you about basketball already. Volleyball, Northwestern a winner over William Carey 3-1. Concordia a winner over the Masters 3-1. Eastern Oregon over Midland 3-1. Midland will play IU Kokomo tomorrow. Montana Western plays Northwestern tomorrow Friday at 10. And Mount Vernon Nazarene will play Concordia tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock as the ones plays the twos in those pools. Bill Harmson has made his way up out of the locker room, and he's going to take some time to give us his post-game thoughts. And hard-fought win, and your team got down double digits. Things weren't going well, it appeared, and just kind of stuck with it. And eventually the rock will break if you keep pounding it enough. But man, that was hard work, and you had a nice close to the third quarter, and without that, things probably look a lot different. But you come away with a win tonight over a very good Dakota Wesleyan team who gave you everything you wanted this evening.
Mike, it was a struggle, and I kind of felt for much of the game that we were kind of foggy, where we just weren't connected. Defensively, we weren't connected offensively. I thought they out-physicaled us in the post the entire game. They didn't allow us to catch in spots, and we allowed them to catch where they wanted, and we were just really foggy. And you know, we'd get down by 8, and then we'd make a little push and cut it to 2, and then we'd get down by 7 and make a little push. And so our halftime chat was, you know, let's see if they can respond to us once, right? And boy, they went on that big run to start the half, and I think we had 1 point on the board for the first 8 minutes of the quarter.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And we just could not get anything going to the basket. Again, they just physically dominated our post players in the paint. And when you're not getting quality stops on the defensive end where you can start a transition action, it was pretty difficult. And we knew that coming in. You know, Jason's a great coach, and you know, these games are always muddy with them, and that's just the way it is. It's just style, and that's okay, because you still got to compete all the way through the game. So I was really proud of the way that we answered. The end of the third quarter, as you alluded to, Mike, was huge and gave us a little momentum, and boy, it was really fun to see us finish that thing out with a win.
Yeah, you get the win, and Macy Sievers knocked down 3 threes in the second half. She ends with 11 points in the second half. But that closing minute, are you trying to take the shot clock down? Are you looking for the first available shot? How do you approach that in the final minute when it's, I think it was one possession game at that point?
Yeah, at the end of the game.
Well, with about 40 seconds left, I think.
Yeah, we were trying to milk it down, and you know, we got, I can't remember who took the shot. Is that when we got the offensive rebound?
You had a foul, gave you a fresh 20,
yeah,
and then Macy hit the three from the right wing with about 10 seconds or so on the shot clock, I would say.
Yeah, and again, that's something that we work on in practice, but you know, when Macy's free, you know, on a night like tonight, she was really feeling it down the stretch, and man, did she hit some pressure-filled shots. And so I think she made the right decision, right, to take that first good look, and man, she knocked it down.
I'm going to ask you something a little bit different. I'm just curious on the coaching philosophy, the coaching approach. I had a coach once tell me, he said, you know what, these are the kind of nights I love because you're more or less matching wits and you're trying to coach your team, but you've got a very capable coach on the other bench who is making those adjustments as well. It's challenging, but do you enjoy that? Is that an enjoyable evening?
I do, and what I appreciate about, you know, playing at Dakota Wesleyan is there's no amount of scouting you can do because they run so many different actions, right? You know, the Estes kid starts going off in that early fourth quarter, and she didn't do anything, you know, the first 30 minutes of the game, and then she goes on a little heater, and that changed how we had to defend, and then we took her away, and then so I don't like those chess match games per se where I got to keep looking at my play card and trying to figure out the right actions. Tonight we were fortunate that we got some good looks and we were able to score off of some of those actions. But Dakota Wesleyan did such a great job of taking away our, you know, primary high-low looks, and we didn't dare to throw it in there. You know, we couldn't move. And so I give them big time credit for that. But what a great game for our conference, what a great game for our league, and a great game for our fans here in the DeWitt. Great crowd again.
I said another top 20 matchup. You never have to wait very long to play a top 20 matchup, it seems. And the league, someone asked me today, is the league better than it has been? And I said, well, I would say it like this. I think 1 through 7 are really, really good. And it will, I mean, 1 through 7 is that's a very deep league when 1 through 7 is very good.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, of our 8 games, Mike, 6 of the teams they're either in the top 20 or in the top 10. 6 of our 8 games, and so this young team is certainly getting battle tested, and we're learning a lot of lessons through winning. Which is a real blessing, right?
It doesn't always happen that way.
No, it does not. And you know, I just said to our team, you know, what is the one takeaway? And our senior, Janie, said 2 words: show up. And I just love that. I just love her boldness in leadership at that point, just because that's something she wanted to said over the last 3 years. And
right.
She stepped up and said, we got to show up. And really, really, really proud of them, Mike. Towards the end there, you know, Macy hits that huge 3, and they called timeout, and I just sat there and just told them all how proud I was of them, because things did not look good for 35 minutes of the game.
Coach, Mount Marty on Saturday. We'll worry about that over the next couple of days. We'll be on the road. First time in a while, it feels like we're playing outside this gym, but Saturday, Mount Marty. 2 o'clock start time.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
That's Coach Bill Harmson, and that's going to do it for the women's portion of the broadcast. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the starting lineups for the men's contest right after this 2-minute timeout.
Homegrown. Community. Family. Honors.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
We are dedicated to egg.
At Dort, we strive to build community from before you step foot on campus to years after you graduate. We want to give Dort students the chance to live and learn together and create meaningful, lifelong relationships that are rooted in faith. Connect to others in purposeful relationships at Dort University.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dort University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get set for the second half of our twin bill featuring the Dort Defenders and Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. The Dort Defenders come into the contest 10-0 overall, 2-0 in the conference, while Dakota Wesleyan is 6-2 overall and 2-1 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Here then are your starting lineups for Dakota Wesleyan. They will start Tampa Scott, a 5'10 senior from Mesa, Arizona, averaging 12 points per game. Randy Rosenquist, the younger brother of Riley Rosenquist. He's a 6-foot sophomore from North Sioux City, averaging 13.1 points per contest. Sam Asleason is a 6'7 senior from Howard, South Dakota, averaging 13.8 points per game. Number 15 is Blaze Lubers, a 6'3 senior from Harrisburg, South Dakota, averaging 7.1 points per game. And Tyson Stevenson is a 6'2 freshman from Lake Norden, South Dakota, averaging 4 points per game. For the Dort Defenders, a 5'10 senior from Grimes, Iowa, Luke Rankin, the most recent 1,000 point club member, as he went over 1,000 points in the win over Hannibal Grange on Wednesday of last week. Number 1 is Connor Milliken, a 6-foot sophomore from Springfield, Nebraska, averaging 11.1 points per game. Bryce Kopic is a 5'11 senior from Hayward and averaging 13.6 points per contest. Lucas Lorenzen is a 6'4 junior from Milford, Iowa, averaging 25.6 points per game. And number 35 is Ben Fairclough, 6'8 senior from Perth, Australia, averaging 7.2 points per game. Off of the bench for Dort, Jake Proctor is a 6'3 sophomore from Heston, Kansas, averaging 4.6 points per game. Jake Hargens is a 6'3 sophomore from Greenville, Iowa, averaging 8.5 points per game. Xavier Van Beek is a 6-foot senior from Harrisburg, South Dakota, averaging 3.3 points per outing. Tyler Prince is a 6'2 senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, averaging 2 points per game. And number 43 is Ty Vanessen, a 6'5 junior from Sheldon, Iowa, averaging 6.5 points per contest. For Dakota Wesleyan, their top players off of the bench, Jacob Dobney, 6-foot senior from Vermillion. He averages 8.6 points per game. Ethan Dieterman is a 6'3 sophomore from Harrisburg, South Dakota, averaging 6 points per game. And Anthony Riggins is a 6'5 junior from Carthage, Texas, averaging 6 points per contest. Glad to have you along with me on this Wednesday evening as we get back into the flow of things. Men's team will play 3 games after tonight before the Christmas break, while the Defender women have another couple of games scheduled for California 2 weeks from right now. They'll be playing in a classic hosted by Hope International. Opening tap controlled by the Defenders, and we're underway with basketball. Dort with the basketball. Luke Rankin with it. He throws it right side over to Kopic. Kopic gives it back over to Rankin. Right side Kopic. Kopic into the lane. Lays it up with the right hand. Good. Bryce Kopic with a 2-point bucket, and the Dort Defenders open the scoring 2-0 on the drive by Bryce Kopic. Pass goes left side with the basketball is Scott. Scott passes it off. He goes left side back over to Dobney. Well, we have a change in the starting lineup for Dakota Wesleyan from what was anticipated. Ball tapped out by Milliken, controlled by the defenders in Rankin. Rankin throws it into the left corner. Lorenzen, nothing there. Back over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball at the top of the key. Directing traffic is Luke. Rankin to Lorenzen back outside Kopic. Kopic sets, fires three off the heel, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Dobney. Dobney over the basketball. He passes it up the floor over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist opening up, trying to get the return pass. Here's Lubers. Lubers gives it back over to Scott. Scott with it on the left wing. Tampa Scott with it on the wing. Guarded there by Ben Fairclough. Dort brings the double team to the ball. Back outside Scott. Scott to Rosenquist. Rosenquist gives it up right side. 6 to shoot for Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball. This is Dobney. Dobney in traffic. Throws it away. Dobney did not realize how much time was remaining on the shot clock. And he ends up throwing it away. And whether it was thrown away or whether it was touched, the Dort defenders get the basketball on the turnover. Pass over the top, Fairclough. Fairclough with it down into the paint. Ben, short shot is up, in and out, no good. And the rebound is controlled by the Tigers. Tigers bring the basketball up. So the Tigers with the basketball, leading 2-0. Tigers with the basketball down 2-0. Here's Dobney. Dobney fading away from 10. No good. Rebound controlled by the defenders. This is Lorenzen. Lorenzen, three from the wing. Too strong. No good. Long rebound, and it's taken away by Rankin. And Rankin is going to be called for a personal foul, trying to get to the offensive rebound. And the Dort defenders whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on Dort. And the Dort defenders on defense now. With it out front, the pass left side over to Scott. Scott with it. Scott gets it back from Dobney, throws it into the post. With to the basket is Asleason. Asleason around the horn they go. Left side Dobney. Dobney three, good. Jacob Dobney with the three-point bucket. The senior from Vermilion gives Dakota Wesleyan the lead at 3-2. Lorenzen into traffic, lays it up with the right hand on the spin move. 4-3. Dort leads by a point. Lorenzen with a spin move into the paint. Tampa Scott with it. Scott goes over to Lubers, and the pass tipped away by Milliken into the corner. And Dakota Wesleyan will have the basketball back. Throwing it in will be Rosenquist. So the defender women getting a hard-fought win tonight over Dakota Wesleyan. Now the defenders trying to make it a sweep. Pass left side. Three on the way by Lubers. Miss, no good. Rebound controlled by Lorenzen. Lorenzen over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Luke has it. Luke setting the offense. Luke Rankin with the left-hand dribble. Throws it into the corner. Kopic, 20 to shoot. Bryce gets baseline. Up in the air. Back over to Fairclough. Open look at a three from the wing. Good. Ben Fairclough with the three-point bucket. Dort leads 7-3. 7-3 the score. Dort women 66-61 winners tonight to run their record to 8-0. Wesleyan basketball. Dobney has it on the wing. Trailing 7-3 are the Tigers. They get it over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist on the right-hand side. Gets it to Scott. Scott with the basketball back. Left side Dobney. 7 to shoot. Into the paint against Kopic. Pull up. Left it short. No good. Rebound Scott, and he's going to dribble it back out to the perimeter. Scott with it. Dakota State content to take some time. They'll work the clock. Pass back out front to Rosenquist. Rosenquist with it. Rosenquist off the dribble against Rankin. Pull up from 15. Good. Randy Rosenquist with a two-point bucket at 7-5. Rosenquist gives Dakota Wesleyan back to within 2. Rankin right side Kopic. Kopic gives it up. Fairclough. Fairclough with it. Fairclough down to the post. Kick out pass. Kopic. Ball fake. Drives the lane. Kick out pass. Milliken. Milliken open look at a three. Good. Connor Milliken with the three-point bucket. Dort's second three of the game. Dort extends the lead back to 5, 10-5. 10-5 defenders, 15:08 left to play, first half. Dakota Wesleyan basketball. This is Dobney. Dobney with it on the wing. Cross-court pass, right side over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist gives it up to Scott. Scott with it on the wing. Scott with the basketball. Scott puts it on the deck. Kick-out pass comes back right side, S. Leeson. S. Leeson, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by the defenders, and Lorenzen over to Rankin. Rankin, bounce pass ahead to Kopic. Reverse layup, good. Bryce Kopic with the two-point bucket on the lay-in, and the defenders lead at 12-5, and Dakota Wesleyan calls a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 14:38 remaining. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Sioux and owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, and decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
The Dort defenders with a 12-5 lead. Milliken, Proctor, Van Essen, Lorenzen, and Kopic on the floor for the defenders. Now Ty Van Essen did ding up his ankle a little bit a week ago, but he practiced without issue this week. So we'll see how he works out here. Wesleyan basketball, Lubers. Lubers with it. Lubers looking. Comes back, left side. Dobney, cross-court pass. Scott. Scott, three. Missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by S. Leeson off the glass, good. Sam S. Leeson with a rebound off of the putback. Dort leads 12-7. Into the front court with it is Kopic. Kopic picks up the dribble. Bryce passes right side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lucas with it on the left wing, drives in, puts it up, shot no good, tried to draw some contact, no call made, comes back right side. With it is Lubers. Lubers with the basketball. Lubers gets it away right side back over to Dobney. Dobney with it on the right wing. Dobney with the basketball back to Lubers. Lubers left side, Rosenquist. Rosenquist with it, 13:40 remaining. Rosenquist against Proctor, shot no good. Rebound though, tipped out and controlled by Rosenquist. Kick out pass Scott. Scott, three, good. Tampa Scott makes it 12-10, so 5 unanswered by Dakota Wesleyan. A little bit too easy for the defenders early on. Now Dakota Wesleyan answering. Proctor, right corner three, good. Jake Proctor with the three, answering Scott's three. And the ball tipped away by Milliken. But it goes out of bounds, last touch by the defenders. It'll be Wesleyan basketball. Rosenquist will check out of the ball game. Ethan Dieterman will check in. Kopic is out. Rankin is back in. Also on the floor for the defenders will be Jake Hargens. And throwing the ball in right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball. Dobney. Dobney up the floor with it on the left-hand side. Dobney looking, passes it away to Tampa Scott. Scott with it back over to Dobney. Dobney with the basketball. Dobney to Scott. Scott with it. Scott comes back right side. Dobney, 9 to shoot for Wesleyan. Drop it down into the post. Morgan. Morgan kick out pass. And the ball deflected out. Last touch by Dakota Wesleyan. It'll be Dort basketball on the over and back violation. Now there's a Dakota Wesleyan name if I ever saw it. Steele Morgan. Morgan's a rich history of basketball at Dakota Wesleyan. Both women and men. Pass right side with the basketball. This is Rankin. Rankin with it, throws it into the corner. Proctor. Proctor with the basketball. Proctor comes back right side. Hargens. Hargens with it. Hargens back to the basket. 5 to shoot. Kick out Benessen. 3 to shoot. Rankin doesn't know how much time is left. Now puts it up off of the backboard. No good. And the Dort defenders, that 20 seconds went awfully fast that time, as the defenders had just 20 seconds to work with after the turnover in the backcourt. Lorenzen checks out of the basketball game. Checking in will be Tyler Prinz. Dakota Wesleyan inbounding. This is Dieterman. Dieterman with it. Dieterman gets it over to Scott. Scott with it up the floor. Scott has it on the right-hand side. Tampa Scott. Scott passes back left wing over to Detterman. Detterman with it. 14 to shoot for Dakota Wesleyan. With it on the right-hand side, Scott into the paint. Scott, nothing there. Ball deflected, taken away by Hargens. Throws it out in front for Prinz. Tyler Prinz, layup with the right hand, good. Tyler Prinz on the run out after the steal by Hargens. Dort leads 17 to 10. 11:47 left to play in the first half. Wesleyan basketball. Tampa Scott at the free throw line. Pull up, good. Tampa Scott, 5 points, 17 to 12. Defenders. Comes back to Hargens. Hargens off of the glass, no good. Rebound tipped out. Proctor. Proctor 3, right corner, good. Jake Proctor with 6. Dort extends the lead to 20 to 12. Proctor came into the game averaging 4.6 points per game. Jake Proctor now 2 for 2 from the arc. The defenders 4 of 6 as the team. Pass left side with it on the wing. This is Morgan. Morgan with the basketball. Morgan gives it up over to Dobney. Dobney pass into the paint, and Morgan travels with it. Steele Morgan shuffles his feet. And Dakota Wesleyan turns it over. Anthony Riggins into the ball game for Dakota Wesleyan. Dakota Wesleyan in black jerseys tonight rather than the customary royal blue. They've gone almost with the Dort colors. A little bit of navy on the uniform, otherwise predominantly black and white. Ball poked away by Dobney. Dobney with the steal, Dobney with a layup. So Dobney takes it away from Luke Rankin. Proctor gets it back right side. Kopic back. Rankin. Proctor top of the key 3, no good, but a foul on the play. Got a foul called on the rebound. That's going to go against Dakota Wesleyan and number 15, Blaze Lubers, his first. Dave Aggie, Jacob Struder, and Chase Grizzle, your officials today. Throwing the ball in is Rankin to Kopic. Kopic at the top of the key, fresh 20 for Dort to work with after the foul call. Now the rebound tipped out of bounds off of the missed shot by Kopic. It was tapped out by Dakota Wesleyan and gets it into Kopic. Kopic back to the basket against Rosenquist, and taking it away is Dobney. Dobney over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist back to Dobney. Dobney shot in the paint blocked. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Rankin doesn't have the numbers. And Rankin is fouled on the play by Randy Rosenquist at midcourt. So Rosenquist, the sophomore, whistled for the personal foul. So foul number 1 against Rosenquist. And checking into the game for the defenders will be Milliken, checking out Luke Rankin. 20-14 defenders by 6, 10-18 and counting now left to play in the half. Rankin throws right side to Fairclaw, into the corner, Hargens. 15 to shoot, Hargens back to the basket, lays it up with the left hand, good. Jake Hargens able to explode into the lane, gets the shot to go. It's 22-14, defenders by 8. Wesleyan basketball in the backcourt, bringing it up. Jacob Dobney. Dobney has it on the right side, guarded now by Fairclaw. Looking for someone to give it to. Gets it away to Rosenquist. Rosenquist swiped away by Milliken. Out in front it goes Kopic. Kopic doesn't have the numbers. His pass tipped and taken away by Lubers. Lubers with the basketball. Lubers back to Rosenquist. Rosenquist in the paint. Kick out pass out front, Dobney. Dobney puts it on the deck, drives the lane against Milliken. Shot is blocked away by Hargens. And last touched by Dort. That one getting up close and personal with our cameraman down on the baseline. Doesn't look like the camera or the cameraman the worse for wear. 9:26 left to go. Here in the half, Dort leading 22-14. Roll it down low, that's Tampa Scott. Shot no good in the paint by Lubers. Rebound taken away by the defenders in GPAC. Bryce with the basketball into the front court. Bryce has it on the wing, looking down low. He's going to drive the paint, nothing there. Back over to Fairclough. Fairclough on the perimeter. Ben gets it away, Proctor. Proctor right side. Now they give it up. Hargens on the isolation against Lubers. Hargens kick out past Fairclough. 11 to shoot. Fairclough on the dribble. His right-handed shot, good. Fairclough able to hang in the air just long enough. Squeezes off the shot. Dort with back-to-back baskets. Their biggest lead of the ball game at 24-14. Into the front court with the basketball is Tampa Scott. Scott gets it away to Lubers. Lubers with it. Lubers gets it away. Dieterman to Asleason. Asleason. Rosenquist. Nothing there. 9 to shoot now for Dakota Wesleyan. Right side it goes. Dieterman. Dieterman drives in. Layup with the right hand. Scoops it up and in. Dieterman with the 2-point bucket. Dort leads 24-16. Milliken head fake. Drives into the paint. Looks off the defender. Now puts it up. Draws some contact. 2-point bucket. Good. 26-16. So 26-16. Defenders leading by 10. Just past the midpoint of the first half. Wesleyan basketball, Scott. So Tampa Scott from Mesa, Arizona. Lubers with it, right-hand side. They throw it down to Asleason. Rosenquist, short shot in the paint, no good. Shot blocked by Fairclough. Rebound defenders. Coming away with it is Milliken. Milliken with the basketball for Fairclough. His first block shot today. Now he drives in. His shot no good. Partially blocked by Dobney. And here comes Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan into the front court. Pardon me, that wasn't Dobney, but rather Asleason with a block shot moments ago. 7:25 and counting, first half. Scott into the paint. His shot no good, but he's fouled on the play by Jake Hargens on the drive. So Hargens whistled for the personal, and they're going to award him 2 shots on that. That's generous. Tampa Scott fouled in the act of shooting, they say. The defenders so far tonight, 58% shooting from the floor. Dakota Wesleyan, 7 of 19. First free throw by Scott is good. He's got 6. He's averaging 12 per game. And another free throw on the way for Tampa Scott. Rankin back into the game, joining Prinz, Vanessa, Lorenzen, and Milliken on the floor for the defenders. Scott shooting the free throw, trying to make it an 8-point game, and he does. 7 points for Tampa Scott. It's 26-18. Bringing the basketball up the floor. This is Rankin. Rankin driving in. Gets it back outside to Lorenzen. His 3 from the right corner, no good. And the rebound controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan basketball, Dobney. Dobney up the floor, he passes, left side Lubers. Lubers gives it away to Scott. Scott with it at the top of the key. Ball deflected out by Rankin. Ball tipped out, last touch by the defenders. It'll be Dakota Wesleyan basketball. And throwing it in for Dakota Wesleyan will be Tampa Scott. Scott throws it in. Finds Jacob Dobney. Dobney back over to Scott. Scott at the top of the key. Scott with it on the right-hand side. They come back to Dobney. Dobney shot no good. Rebound taken away by Prinz. Ahead to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin, Milliken. Milliken drives in. Right-hand layup, good. Connor Milliken with 7, and the defenders extend the lead back to 10, 28-18. Timeout on the floor, charge to Wesleyan. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery product at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dort University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dort Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender Way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dort Media Network. Go Defenders!
Hey Defender Nation, did you know that Dort Athletics has over 700 student athletes that make up less than 50% of the student body? We want to invite you to join the Defender Gold Club and support those student athletes, our staff, and coaches this season. Your charitable donation helps advance Defender Athletics and the Defender Way. Last year, we were just shy of 900 members in the Defender Gold Club. Help us reach that 1,000 member mark this year. By becoming a member, you will directly support the student athletes and coaches here at Dort University. Thanks for watching. Go Defenders!
You're listening to KIHK and the Dort Media Network. The Dort Defenders with a 28-18 lead over Dakota Wesleyan. Coach Kevin Williamson calling his second time out of the ball game for the Tigers. He was at the University of St. Catherine most recently. Helped them to an NAI National Tournament last season. Replaced Matt Wilbur, who left for the WNBA last spring. Pass it down low, Asleason. Asleason with the basketball. Asleason spins down to the baseline, puts it up, blocked by Milliken, and Connor Milliken is whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on Connor. So Asleason will go to the free throw line. First free throw is off the mark, no good. Well, Tampa Scott came along with Coach Kevin Williamson. He was at St. Catherine most recently. Asleason makes 1 of 2 free throws. He's got 3 points. And the defenders lead 28-19. Lorenzen splits the defense, lays it up too strong over the right hand. And Dakota Wesleyan comes away with the basketball, trying to cut further into what was a 10-point lead and now stands at 9. Wesleyan basketball. Pass left side into the corner, Reagans. Reagan's pass taken away by Milliken. Milliken gets it ahead to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, doesn't have the numbers. Feeds it left side to Lorenzen into the corner. Ty Van Essen, 3, no good. And the rebound is controlled by the Tigers. Tiger basketball. 5:20 and counting. Reagan's driving in against Lorenzen, throws it into the corner. Down to the baseline is Dobney. Dobney held out that time by Prinz. Back to Reagan's. Reagan's jumper missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Dobney. Dobney off the base, off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound Rankin. Rankin on the run. Rankin layup, good. Luke Rankin with a 2-point bucket. Dort by 11, 30-19. 30-19, defenders showing full court pressuring defense with their guards. Dobney breaks the pressure. Dobney up the floor, Prinz picks him up. And Dobney with it on the wing, 4:38 and counting, first half. Left side Dobney. Dobney throws it down into the paint. Comes back outside. 3 on the way. Luber's shot no good, but a foul on the play called on Ty Van Essen. Ty Van Essen's going to be whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. So moments ago, Dort was able to come out of the scrum with it. The lay-in extends the lead back to 11. Jake Proctor checks into the ball game. And Dakota Wesleyan will inbound the basketball. Wesleyan inbounds. They get it to Tampa Scott. Scott with it at the top of the key. Scott with it. 4:20 left to play. First half of basketball. On the left wing, Scott still dribbling. 5 to shoot. He'll put up a 3. Missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lucas with the basketball up the floor against Dobney. Stops on the right wing. Back over to Kopic. Kopic with it. Kopic Van Essen. 4 minutes left to go in the half. Dort by 11. Lorenzen step back three, missed it, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. Coming away with it is Tampa Scott. Scott with it on the right-hand side. Scott gets it away to Dobney. Dobney with the dribble, pass down low. Dort brings a double team. Turnaround on the baseline, no good. Rebound taken away weak side by Hargens. Hargens with the basketball. Rosenquist has sat for a while now for Dakota Wesleyan. Kopic driving in, double team, draws two players to him. Fading away from 10 in the paint, good. Bryce Kopic with 6. Dort leads 32-19. Baker's dozen lead for the defenders. The defenders now 54% from the floor shooting. 3:13 left to go in the half. Dakota Wesleyan basketball, Sam Asleason. Asleason, they pass over to Dobney. Dobney Lubers. Lubers down to the baseline, cut off. He gets it back out front, Stevenson. Stevenson with it. Stevenson right side, Scott. Scott puts it up off of the glass, good. Tampa Scott with another 2. He's got 9, averaging 12 points per game. Dort leads 32-21. Dort on a 6-3 run right now. Back outside it goes Lorenzen. Lucas, they bring a double team. And Lorenzen with it. Lorenzen muscles his way in. Shot is good. Lucas Lorenzen with 4. Dort playing a little bully ball right now. 34-21. Defenders by 13. Into the front court with the basketball. Tyson Stevenson. Stevenson, Dobney. Dobney. They pass it underneath, and Asleason with the 2-point bucket as he got free. He's got 5. Defenders lead 34-23. Kopic with the basketball, gets a ball screen. Fading away from 12 on the right baseline. Gets it off of the glass. Bryce Kopic with 8. Dort extends the lead back to 36-23. Dort matching their biggest lead of the ball game at a Baker's dozen. Dakota Wesleyan basketball, Tampa Scott. Scott with it on the wing. Scott throws it into the post, Asleason. Asleason Lubers. Lubers with it. Lubers gets it away. Dobney. Dobney looking. Throws it into the post. Lubers. Cross-court pass. Right side. Scott. Scott down to the baseline. Cut off. Asleason 3. Missed it. No good. That one's going to go out of bounds. And that'll be a team rebound for the defenders. Rosenquist, as I said, he's been on the bench a while. 11 minutes played in the first half for Rosenquist. Usually up around 30, 31, 32 minutes played, so he's off to a 1-for-5 start from the floor. So he's had a chance to sit and watch for a little while tonight. Into the front court is Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Luke has it in between the circles. Rankin back outside, Kopic shows it, now drives the lane, lays it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound Fairclough, throws it out for Rankin, 10 to shoot for the defenders. Ball never drew iron, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. So Wesleyan with the basketball. On the left-hand side is Tampa Scott. Tampa Scott with it. They throw it down low, take it away by Hargens. Ahead it goes to Lorenzen. Lorenzen will drive in and tries to throw it down and missed it. Rebound taken away by Dakota Wesleyan. Dakota Wesleyan gets the rebound, and now they've got a chance to cut into the 13-point lead at 36-23. Lorenzen gambles for the steal, doesn't get it. Asleason throws it into the corner, shot no good. Rebound taken away by Hargens. And the shot clock and game clock nearly identical, less than a second difference. 23.6 seconds remaining. So less than a second difference, shot clock and game clock. Rankin has it out front, so the shot clock can expire. Well, Wesleyan would have less than a second to work with. Rankin picks up his dribble, goes to Lorenzen, 3 to shoot, 2. And his shot at the horn, no good. And that's the end of the first half. Our score, Dort 36, Dakota Wesleyan 23. Let's take a 2-minute break. Let's take a 3-minute break on KIHK. We'll take just a 1-minute break on Dort Media Network as they get the dance team performance on. So let's take a short break, and we'll be back with more after this 3-minute timeout on KIHK.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors, knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Flooring and Design in Sioux Center. Whether you are building a new home, remodeling your current home, or wanting to freshen up your decor, we can help make your home as unique as you. Stop in to see us at Flooring and Design.
But a conference basketball game. The Dort defenders have led from the start. They trailed at 1 point, 3-2. Extended the lead to double digits at 26-16 and lead by a baker's dozen here at halftime, 36-23. The defenders are led unofficially by Bryce Kopic with 8 points, while Dakota Wesleyan is led by Tampa Scott with 9 points up to this point. The Dort defenders leading 36-23 at halftime. Let's take a 2-minute break. I know we need a break on the Dort Media Network to get the spot played, so let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 2 minutes.
Hello, Dort University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
(36-23), Dort by a baker's dozen. Let's go ahead and run those highlights on the Dort Media Network as well, and we'll take a look at the statistics up to this point at halftime. Dakota Wesleyan is led by Tampa Scott. He's got 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Jake Proctor knocked down a couple of threes for the defenders as Dort went 4 of 11 from the three-point arc. The defenders did not shoot a free throw in the first half. The defenders, as I said, led 20-14 midway through the first half. Outscored Dakota Wesleyan 16-9 to close the half, and they lead 36-23 at halftime. The defenders 16 of 32 from the floor, 50%, 4 of 11 on threes, 36%. The defenders and Dakota Wesleyan both with 18 rebounds. 4 turnovers for the defenders, 7 for Dakota Wesleyan. Dakota Wesleyan 9 of 29 from the floor, 31%, 2 for 9 from the three-point arc, 22%, 3 for 3 on free throws, 100%. Tampa Scott led Dakota Wesleyan with 9 points, 5 points each for Jacob Dobney, that is, and Samuel Asleason. 2 for Detterman and 2 for Rosenquist for their total of 23. This is a team that's averaging 76 points per game. The Dort defenders, 8 points for Bryce Kopic, 4 of 7 from the floor. He also has 3 assists. 7 points for Connor Milliken, 3 for 3 from the floor. 6 points for Jake Proctor, 5 for Ben Fairclough, 4 for Lucas Lorenzen, 2 for Luke Rankin. 2 for Jake Hargens, 2 for Tyler Prinz. The defenders, Ben Fairclough, also with 5 rebounds and a blocked shot. 2 rebounds each for Hargens and Prinz, 3 rebounds for Lorenzen. Dort leads at 36-23 at halftime. Let's take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of what else is happening in the GPAC tonight right after this 2-minute timeout.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at outdoorelementsinc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@outdoorelementsinc.com.
German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation.
The Greenhouse, located in Hall, Iowa, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location opening soon in Sanborn.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection, connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
The Dort defenders with a 36-23 halftime lead. The Dort defenders in this men's basketball game. Other GPAC contests. Northwestern leads Waldorf 53-31. Mount Marty a 5-point lead on Doane, 32-27 in Crete. And Morningside a 15-point advantage on Concordia, 45-30. Non-conference men's basketball, Dakota State nips Midland 73-71. And Briar Cliff a 3-point winner over Bellevue, 72-69. Earlier tonight, women's basketball, the Dort defenders a 66-61 winner over Dakota Wesleyan. The defenders led by Macy Sievers, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Janie Vendong, 11 points and 7 rebounds in the win. And 9 points for Liv Harrison to go with 3 assists and 2 steals. For Dakota Wesleyan, 17 points for Talia Hayes, 6 of 9 shooting. 13 points for Estes and 11 points for Wilson. That was in the women's contest. Other GPAC women's basketball games today. It was Northwestern over Waldorf, 88-54. Hastings over CSM, 116-52. Morningside a winner over Concordia, 70-56. Doane defeats Mount Marty, 91-62. And it was Dort in that women's game, 66-61. Dort, the only undefeated team of the conference remaining. Briar Cliff, Doane, Hastings, and Northwestern are all 3-1. Concordia, Dakota Wesleyan, and Morningside are 3-2. Midland is 1-3. Waldorf is 1-4. Mount Marty and the College of St. Mary are both 0-5. Let's take a 2-minute break. Back with the second half of action from the DeWitt Gym in 2 minutes.
See Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab when the aches and pains won't go away. Visit proactivephysicaltherapy.net when you want to get back to the activities you love.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit epremierbank.com or stop by any of the 5 Premier Bank locations in Iowa or South Dakota to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Hi, this is Jennifer Jansen at Epic Realty. At Epic Realty, we take pride in providing professional real estate services with integrity and expertise. Give us a call or stop by our Sioux Center office and visit our website at epichomerealty.com.
Premier Bank is proud to support Dort University. Visit epremierbank.com for locations and more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
On the basketball, and we are underway with the second half. Dort with a 13-point lead, 36-23. Tampa Scott throws it high post to Lubers. Osleason, and Dort takes it away. Bryce Kopic takes it away. Kopic down to the baseline, cut off there. And Dobney takes it back for Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball, back over to Tampa Scott. Scott with the basketball. Scott to Lubers. Lubers, Osleason back to Scott. Scott at the top of the key, driving in, puts it up high off of the glass, no good, but there for the rebound and the putback is Osleason. He's got 7. Dort leads 36-25. And the defenders will come back the other way. Luke Rankin with it. Rankin goes high post, left side. Kopic. Back over to Milliken. Milliken puts it on the deck, splits the defense, lays it up with the right hand. Good. Connor Milliken with 9. Dort leads 38-25. Wesleyan basketball. Dobney taking it up the floor. Dobney with it in between. He angles off to the left-hand side. Dobney on the wing. Dobney puts it on the deck, into the corner. Nothing there. Goes back outside. This is Lubers, and the shot no good. But a foul on the play. And the foul called on the defenders and Lucas Lorenz, and that's number 1 on him. To the free throw line will be Lubers. Lubers 11 of 11 this season from the free throw line, now 12 of 12. Trying to cut it down to an 11-point ball game. It's a 12-point game right now, 38-26. Second free throw is up and good, 38-27. Lubers with a couple of points. Rankin has it across the timeline, and we have shot clock never started. So they're going to bring it down. Well, game clock never started, evidently, so they bring it down 5 seconds. And with 24 seconds remaining on the shot clock now, pass goes left side of Lorenzen. Lorenzen over to Fairclough. Fairclough with it. Fairclough on the wing, back over to Kopic. Kopic in the paint. Kopic leans it up, shot off the heel, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball. This is Dobney. Dobney puts it on the deck. Dobney back out front to Scott. Scott with it on the wing. Scott throws it over to Lubers. Lubers in the paint. His leaner, good. Lubers from the baseline gets it to go. Now Dort turns it over. Dobney comes away with the basketball after Scott was able to slide and pass it off to him. Dort leading by 9. And Dakota Wesleyan with a chance to cut the lead down to 7 or 6. Ball deflected out after the missed shot by Dobney. Here comes Rankin. Rankin, Kopic. Kopic layup right hand, good. Bryce Kopic with 10 points. And the Dort defenders lead at 40-29. 17:30 remaining. Dobney takes it across half court. He'll bring it back to the middle of the floor. Dobney picks up his dribble, hands it back over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist with it in between the circles out front. Rosenquist on the left-hand side. They throw it over the top for Osleason. Osleason shot blocked by Fairclough rebound defenders. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic comes back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, Fairclough. Fairclough looking for the backdoor cut. Finds Milliken. Milliken layup good. Connor Milliken with 11 points, and the defender lead is 42-29. 42-29 our score. This is Dobney. Dobney, throw it down into the paint. Osleason to Rosenquist. Rosenquist 3, missed, no good. Rebound Fairclough. Back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen back to Rankin. Rankin with it on the right-hand side. Underneath, Fairclough. Fairclough off of the glass, good. Ben Fairclough with 7 points. And the Dort defenders lead by 15, 44-29. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today.
$15-point lead for the defenders with 3.5 minutes or so gone in the second half. The defenders in control up to this point, and right now Dakota Wesleyan just simply not converting well enough offensively. They have wanted to slow the pace, and they've been very deliberate on offense, and they're shooting 31% from the floor so far. Tampa Scott with the basketball on the left-hand side. Scott has the basketball in between the circles. He is guarded by Kopic. Now Kopic and Rankin switch. Tampa Scott, jumper, right baseline good. He's got 11. 44-31, defenders by 13. Rankin has the basketball. Luke passes left side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, Fairclough. Fairclough with the basketball. Fairclough gives it up Kopic. Kopic, Lorenzen. Lorenzen off of the glass good. He's got 6. 46-31 with it on the right-hand side. Tampa Scott. Scott on the wing. Left side pass. This is Dobney. Dobney to Scott. Scott with it on the right side. Scott driving in. Puts it up over the top of Rankin. His fadeaway good. He's got 13. He's about all that Dakota Wesleyan has had going offensively. He's got 13. Osleeson has 7. 3 on the other end. No good by Milliken. And the rebound controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. Bringing it up is Rosenquist. Rosenquist splits the defense. Lays it up with the right hand. Off of the heel. Good. Rosenquist with 4. Back the other way. Kopic with a lay-in. Kopic with 12. Dort leads 48-35. Bakers doesn't lead for the defenders. Right side with it. Lubers. Lubers, Dobney. Dobney off the dribble against Kopic. Throws it back outside. Rosenquist. Rosenquist to Scott. Tampa Scott with it on the right-hand side. Kick out pass into the corner. Rosenquist missed it. No good. Rebound controlled by Lorenzen. Ahead it goes. Milliken. Milliken layup good. Connor Milliken with 13 on the assist from Rankin. Dort leads 50-35. Rosenquist, Lubers underneath Osleeson. Osleeson 2, good. He's got 9. Dort by 13, 50-37. And Lorenzen goes up to try and dunk it, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line and will shoot a pair. Lorenzen right now with 6, and free throws coming. 77% free throw shooter is Lorenzen. So 2 free throws on the way for Lucas. First one is good. So 7 for Lorenzen. Fairclough checks out of the ball game. And a second free throw coming. And this one's up and good as well. So Lorenzen makes them both. He's got 8. And the Dort defender lead is 52-37. Dort here in the second half, 7 of 9 from the floor. Dakota Wesleyan 6 of 11. So after going 9 for 29 in the first half, Wesleyan just 3 shy of that field goal total, just 6 minutes into the second half. With it on the left-hand side, this is Detterman. Detterman, they throw it down low for Lubers, and Lubers unable to hold his post position. And the ball ends up out of bounds. Last touched by Dakota Wesleyan. It's Dort basketball. Dakota Wesleyan showing pressure defense. Pass ahead to Proctor. Proctor over the basketball. Proctor splits the defense, hands it off to Hargens. Layup good. Jake Hargens with 4. Dort leads 54-37. Wesleyan with it in the backcourt. Wesleyan's Detterman. Pass deflected by Van Essen. Picked up by Wesleyan. Scott, 3. Missed it, no good, but there for the tap in. Lubers, shot no good. Rebound controlled by Proctor. Proctor over to Milliken. Milliken into the front court. Milliken to Hargens. Hargens, short shot in the paint, good. Jake Hargens with 6, and the lead grows to 19, 56-37. Wesleyan basketball in the backcourt. Rosenquist brings it up. Rosenquist hands it off to Scott. Scott with the basketball. Scott working his way in. Nothing there. Goes back outside. This is Detterman. Detterman at the elbow. Detterman throws it. Back over to Lubers. Lubers with it. Lubers to Rosenquist. Rosenquist. Ball deflected by Proctor. Loose basketball picked up by Milliken. Milliken driving in. Milliken hangs in the air. His shot no good, but there for the putback is Ty Van Essen. Ty Van Essen extends the lead to 58-37 defenders. Dort right now on an 8-0 run, and Dakota Wesleyan forced to use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dort Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
The defenders with their biggest lead of the ball game at 58-37, 12:44 remaining in the contest. Dakota Wesleyan will bring the basketball up the floor. Tampa Scott takes it up. Xavier Van Beek in the ball game for the first time tonight. Backdoor cut, Dobney. Dobney shot no good. Blocked by Proctor. Here comes Dort on the run. Rankin with it at the top of the key. Rankin feeds it right side, Van Beek. Van Beek, right wing 3, missed, no good. Rebound Van Essen, and Van Essen is held on the play. So Ty Van Essen is fouled on the play. Foul came before the shot. So the Dort defenders with a 21-point cushion to work with. Throwing the ball in will be Luke Rankin. Rankin to trigger it. And Luke looking, gets it into Hargens. Hargens back to the basket, tapped out to Van Beek. Van Beek to Rankin. Rankin pull up, 17-footer, too strong, no good. But we've got a foul on the rebound called on Dakota Wesleyan. Tampa Scott called for the personal, his first. 12-12 left to go in the game. Throwing the ball in will be Rankin. Luke Rankin triggering, gets it in to Ty Van Essen. Van Essen back over to Rankin. Rankin Proctor. Proctor left side. Hargens, 14 to shoot. Hargens, they bring the double team. He throws it over to Van Essen. Van Essen off the dribble. Back to Hargens. Hargens right side Proctor. Proctor 3, good. Jake Proctor with 9 points, and the defenders lead 61-37. 61-37, a 24-point lead for the defenders. Pass left side. Three on the way, missed, no good. Rebound tapped and controlled by Rankin. Rankin looked like he was going to fire it. Now he does. Proctor, ball fake, drives in, lays it up with the right hand, missed it. Gets it back himself. Van Beek over to Van Essen. Van Essen over the basketball. Hargens back to the basket, 15 feet from the hoop. Hargens back outside. Van Essen. And a hold called on Dakota Wesleyan and Jacob Dobney. Dobney whistled for the personal, his first. The defenders have shot 2 free throws so far in this one. Dakota Wesleyan has shot 5. That is translated into a game that has just 11:20 left to go. And we're right at 9 o'clock. Pass comes into Van Essen. Short shot, missed it, short-armed it. Rebound taken away by Dakota Wesleyan and Tampa Scott. Tampa Scott up the floor. Scott with it on the left wing. They roll it down low to the post player. Ottenreith is fouled on the play. And that's going to go on Luke Rankin. That's number 2 on him. So 2 free throws on the way for Dobney. Jacob Dobney fouled in the act of shooting. First one is good. He's got 6. And another one on the way. He's averaging 8.6 points per game coming into the contest. So the defenders with a 23-point lead. 22-point lead as Dobney makes them both, 61-39. 22-point advantage for the defenders. Rankin with the basketball. Luke Rankin with it on the left wing. Still has the dribble, drives in, fires it into the corner. Xavier, 3, missed it, no good. And the rebound taken away by Scott. Scott wants to run. Tampa Scott into the front court. Scott down to the baseline. His pass smothered by Van Essen. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the defenders. It'll be Dakota Wesleyan basketball. No change of possession there, though. And throwing the ball in will be Jacob Dobney. And Dobney will throw it in. Dobney gets it into Ottenreith. Ball down on the floor, and Lubers tied up on the play by Van Beek. It'll be Dort basketball. Well, this is a Dakota Wesleyan team that is 6-2 so far this season. 3-1 in the league. Their loss in conference play is to Northwestern. That was an 87-68 decision. That was played, I believe, in Mitchell. With it, left side, Rankin. Rankin tests the waters, nothing there. Back outside it goes to Hargens. Hargens cut off and lost it. Picked up by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan, Dobney. Dobney off of the glass, good. Jacob Dobney with a 2-point bucket. He's got 9. And the defenders trail 61-41 with 10:10 remaining in regulation. 61-41 defenders. Timeout Wesleyan. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. This broadcast brought to you by the Ullman Funeral Homes. Chad Ullman, Lori Ewell, and Taylor Van Witchell providing professional attention to every detail. Today's broadcast brought to you by M&H True Value of Rock Valley. Behind every project is True Value. Start right. Start here.
Dort leads 61-41 at the 10:10 mark of this one. The defenders will inbound the basketball. Ben Fairclough to throw it in. So the defenders leading by 20. Ben Fairclough tosses it in, gets it in to Bryce Kopic. Kopic up the left sideline with it. Kopic double teamed. Passes it back over to Rankin. Rankin splits the defense, and we've got a reach-in foul called on Dakota Wesleyan. Foul called on Tampa Scott. That's number 2 on him. And that is team foul number 5 against Dakota Wesleyan. So Dort, a couple of fouls away from getting into the bonus. (61-41) defenders by 20. Throwing the ball in will be Bryce Kopic. Kopic over to Rankin. Rankin has it in between the circles. Rankin driving in, puts it up with the left hand. It's blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Dakota Wesleyan. It'll be Dort basketball. The defenders so far, 54% shooting from the floor, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. They have a 28-23 rebounding edge and are +4 on the turnovers, 4 to the good. They've forced 11 and they've turned it over 7 times. Bryce Kopic has the basketball. Kopic at the top of the key. Kopic sets up. His 3, missed it, no good. Fight for the basketball, and it's controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball, Rosenquist. Rosenquist shakes right, goes left, now comes, passes back out front. Top of the key, 3-pointer, missed, no good. Long rebound controlled by Rosenquist. Rosenquist on the left elbow. Rosenquist penetrates, nothing there. Back out front, outside it goes Detterman. Detterman shot in the paint, good. Ethan Detterman with the 2-point basket. Dort leads 61-43. Right side of Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the left hand, missed it, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. 61-43. Bringing the basketball up is Rosenquist. Rosenquist hands it off. Detterman. Detterman to Ottenreith. Ottenreith with it. Ottenreith to Dobney. Dobney on the dribble. His shot misses, too strong, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Fairclough, taken back by Dobney. Dobney with the basketball, passes it off Ottenreith. Ottenreith shot blocked by Fairclough. Ball's down on the floor now, controlled by Ottenreith. Ottenreith into the paint. Detterman. Detterman with the basketball. Detterman, top of the key, 3, good. Detterman with the 3. Dort leads 61-46. So what was a 23-point game is now 15. Wesleyan has cut 8 off of the lead. And with the basketball is Rankin. Luke with it. Luke comes back right side. Kopic. Kopic down to the baseline, fading away from 10. Can't get it to go. And the rebound is controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. So Wesleyan, another opportunity to cut further into the lead. That was 23 and is now 15. Rosenquist at the top of the key. 7:48 remaining in regulation. Wesleyan just trying to chisel away at the lead, trying to stay in it. Rosenquist off the dribble, 17-footer, top of the key, good. Rosenquist with 6. Dort leads 61-48. So the lead that was 23 is now 13. Wesleyan has cut 10 off of it. Kopic back over to Rankin. Rankin, Lorenzen. Lorenzen back to Rankin. Rankin right side Kopic. Kopic with it, 13 to shoot. Kopic fading away on the baseline, missed it, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with it, Rosenquist. Rosenquist with it on the wing. Rosenquist pass deflected and taken away by Hargens. Back over to Rankin. Dort wants to run. Rankin with the basketball up the floor, leading by 13. Back outside it goes. Fairclough, rhythm 3, missed it, no good. And a foul called on the rebound. That's going to go on Jake Hargens. Hargens whistled for foul number 2, and Dakota Wesleyan will have the basketball back, trailing by 13, 61-48. So 61-48. And a timeout for the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's Dort Media Network broadcast, brought to you by Cruise & Cruise PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lemars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dort Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
61-48, defenders by 13. 6:51 left to go in the contest. And Dakota Wesleyan will throw it in underneath their own basket. The basket they are defending, they'll throw it in. And they get the ball inbounded to Tampa Scott. Scott with it in the backcourt. Scott gets it away to Rosenquist. Rosenquist with it up the floor. Rosenquist with the basketball, passes over to Scott. Scott lost it. Prinz defending him. Now Dort will switch. Fairclough. They get it back out front. Top of the key, three to make it a 10-point game. Miss, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen over to Kopic. Kopic into the front court. Bryce with the basketball. Bryce hesitates at the top of the key. 6:20 remaining. Pass comes back right side. They throw it down into the paint, and Lucas Lorenzen comes out to the wing to get it actually, and he got pushed from behind. And the defenders will have the basketball right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Prinz will throw it in. So Tyler Prinz to throw it in. Gets it back into Kopic. Kopic back out front. Fairclough. Fairclough picks up the dribble. Lorenzen puts it on the deck down to the baseline. Draws contact. Shot no good. And Lucas just unable to finish around the hoop here in the second half. He's 3 of 12 now from the deck. It's been a while since he's had one of these where he's struggled from the deck so much. Rosenquist to Ottenreith. Ottenreith to Scott. Scott with the basketball. 5:50 and counting. They throw it down to Ottenreith. Ottenreith pass deflected and taken back by Fairclough. Fairclough over to Kopic. Kopic into the front court. Kopic splits the defense. Throws it into the corner. Lorenzen open three. In and out. No good. As wide open as you can get, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dakota Wesleyan. It'll be Dort basketball. Lucas Lorenzen 0 for 5 from the three-point line tonight. He came into the game making about 50% of his three-point shots. Every once in a while you'll have one of those. And Lucas Lorenzen having his tonight. 61-48, defenders still by 13 in this low scoring, and this one's been a struggle. Lorenzen came into the game making 52% of his three-point shots, 0 for 5 tonight. Jake Proctor puts it on the deck, shovels it off to Fairclough. Fairclough can't get it to go, and the Dort defenders, now it's an epidemic. Driving up the floor is Dobney. Dobney with the right hand lays it up good. Jacob Dobney with a 2-point bucket. He's got 11, and the defenders lead 61-50. Lorenzen driving in, spins it off the glass. Good. Lucas Lorenzen with 10. Dort leads 63-50. That ends the drought. Dort was stuck at 61 for a long time. Got outscored 13-0. They were up 61-37 when that whole thing began. Went about 6 minutes without scoring. Shot with the right hand is good for Osleisen. Osleisen with 11. 63-52 defenders. Luke Rankin up the floor. 4:30 left to play in the game. Rankin splits the defense. Right side it goes. Proctor out front. Fairclough. Fairclough off the dribble. Back to Proctor. Proctor snaps it out front. Rankin. Rankin left elbow off the bounce. Shot good. Luke Rankin with 2, and the defenders lead 65-52. And there's a timeout on the floor charged to the defenders. 4:15 left to go in regulation. Dort by 13. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Biblical truth shapes Dort's worldview, giving students the wisdom to serve God and neighbor through their work and in their daily lives. Do all that God has created you to do at Dort University.
Our students are thinking about God's good design for creation, and I think we're really intentional about having students think about what does this mean for you as you serve them. Although we offer them a very rigorous set of courses and expectations in the academic sense of social work, we also teach as as intentionally and as rigorously as other academic programs, but have this fundamental and core foundation of who we are and why we're here.
(65-52). It'll be Dakota Wesleyan basketball when we resume play with 4:15 left to go in regulation. And the Dort defenders will defend on the length of the floor. Dakota Wesleyan inbounding under the basket, they're defending. Bringing the basketball up, this is Tampa Scott. Scott gets the ball inbounded to Rosenquist. And with the basketball, it goes back to Rosenquist. Rosenquist looking for the backdoor cut, instead drives the lane, lays it up with the right hand, good. Randy Rosenquist with 8. Defenders lead 65-54, 3:50 and counting. And driving in is Rankin. Rankin misses the shot. And this one could get tight yet. 11-point ball game. Dort 65-54. They get it to Dobney. Dobney. Back over to Osleson. Osleson. Rosenquist tests the waters. He's working against Fairclough. 3:20 and counting. Shot blocked by Fairclough. Rebound Dobney. Dobney. Dort with the basketball, and we've got a foul in the backcourt for Fairclough. That is his 4th blocked shot today. He's among the league leaders in blocked shots this season. He's got at least, I think he's averaging 2 per contest. He was leading the league before Thanksgiving. So 1-1 on the way for Rankin, trying to extend the lead back to 13. Free throw by Luke, up and through. Rankin now with 5 points. Second free throw on the way for the senior from Grimes. That one's good as well. So Luke Rankin makes them both. He's got 6. Defenders lead 67-54. Up the floor is Rosenquist. Rosenquist hands it off to Lubers. Lubers left side to Scott. Scott with a 3. 67-57 defenders. Under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Well, a lot of the suspense taken out of this one when Dort went up 24. Dakota Wesleyan trying to rally. They trail by 10. They were down 13 at halftime. Pass back over to Proctor, into the corner. Lorenzen 3 off the mark, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Dakota Wesleyan. 2.5 left to go. It's a 10-point ball game, and they can make it a single-digit game. Right side Dobney. Dobney with the basketball out front. Dobney, right side Rosenquist. Rosenquist might have traveled with it. Back over to Dobney. Dobney puts it on the deck against Fairclough. Trying to work his way in. Kick out pass. 3 is short, no good. Rebound Rankin. Rankin with the basketball in the backcourt. Rankin gets it across the timeline. 3 players behind him now. Luke Rankin dribbles all the way through. 2 minutes remaining. And Dort will call a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 30 seconds.
Go, 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 go.
67-57, Dort by 10. 1:57 left to play in the contest. And the defenders Bryce Kopic has it. Kopic on the left wing with the basketball. Kopic dribbling, and Kopic cut off on the play. Sam Sleeson will commit the personal foul. Sleeson whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 3 on him. And free throws on the way for Bryce Kopic. Kopic will shoot 2. He's averaging 13.6 points per game. He's got 12 by my count. Pretty balanced scoring for the defenders today. First free throw up and good for Kopic. Kopic now with 13. Had 19 in the most recent game with Hannibal LaGrange. Second free throw by Kopic is good. He's got 14. And the defender lead is 69-57. Up the floor is Tampa Scott. Scott with the basketball. Scott with it on the wing. Scott down to the baseline. Pull up, 12-footer. In and out, no good. Rebound, Dobney. Dobney misses the short shot. And there for the rebound and the putback is Sleeson. Sleeson with 16, and now we've got a blocking foul called on Randy Rosenquist. Rosenquist called for the personal, his second. And free throws on the way for Bryce Kopic again. Kopic with 14. So 2 free throws on the way for the 5th-year senior. Free throw is up and good. I have to amend that. That was the front end of a 1-and-1. Dort leading 70-59. Kopic with a team-high 15. Tampa Scott has game honors with 16, and Kopic makes 1 of 2. It's 70-59. Wesleyan has not been within single digits here in the second half. Missed three-pointer, no good, and Lorenzen is fouled from behind. And Lorenzen will go to the free throw line and will shoot 2. Lorenzen has 10. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And he'll try to extend the lead again. It's 11 right now. So free throw on the way for Lorenzen, off the mark, no good. Well, the defenders are going to go to 11-0, it would appear. But this one has not come without its challenges, especially the last 10 minutes or so. You want to flush this one away. Lorenzen makes 1 of 2, 71-59. Keep in mind this is a team that's 6-2 though. So Tampa Scott with the basketball. Scott passes left side, Sleeson. Sleeson back to Scott. Scott 3, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen hands it back over to Kopic, floats it over to Rankin. Rankin across half court. Rankin, cross court pass back over to Milliken. Milliken with it on the wing. Milliken puts it on the deck, drives in, puts it up, blocked, out of bounds. Last touch by Wesleyan. It'll be Dort basketball. (71-59), defenders by a dozen. Ball inbounded to Fairclough. Fairclough back over to Kopic. Kopic with it. Kopic comes back over to Milliken. Milliken lays it up with the right hand. Good. Connor Milliken with 15 tonight. Dort leads 73-59. Wesleyan, Dobney. Dobney throws it out for Scott, and Scott is fouled on the play by by Kopic. And for Bryce Kopic, that is foul number 1. And inbounding the basketball is Lubers. Lubers gets it into Dobney. Dobney with it, 20 seconds left. Pass right side, 3, missed, no good. Rebound, Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball, and that's how this one's going to end. Final score, Dort 73, Dakota Wesleyan 59. The defenders improved to 11-0, 3-0 in the conference. Dakota Wesleyan 6-3. And 2-2. Stay tuned for the Wireless World post-game show right after this 2-minute timeout. This is Dort basketball on KIHK and the Dort Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
Welcome to the American State Bank Sports Complex. Let me show you around. So So right now we are in the spacious head house of the complex. On my left here we have the concession stand, and then on my right here we have a seating area, whether that's for students, spectators, or fans to come and enjoy before and in between games. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Dome. In the Dome, we have the space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. So the Dome has impacted the softball team in a variety of ways. First, we used to practice during the winter months over in the rec center, but the limited space availability never really allowed us to hit our full potential, whereas in here, we can fit 2 full-size softball fields. We're also able to start games much earlier in the season. We have a range of equipment available here at the Dome, whether it's the batting cages, the soccer goals, or even a field goal available for the football team. It's a huge opportunity to have the space available to practice in the off-season, especially for our outdoor athletic teams. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for Dort athletes, it's for the entire community. Whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. The American State Bank Sports Complex will change not only how we practice as Dort athletes, but also how we interact with the community as a whole. Thanks for letting me take you on a little tour. Hope you stop by soon.
We appreciate the mission of Dort, but more importantly, the organization, the team of people at Dort live out that mission every day.
Dordt University's Christian perspective is thoughtfully and authentically applied in all areas of life. Live your faith in every area of life at Dordt University.
The Dort Defenders with a 73-59 win here this evening in men's basketball. And this is the first game to go final, it appears, in the league. There are some other ones that are tight. Doane and Mount Marty, a 1-point game with 5.5 left. Morningside leads Concordia by 6. That was with 4 minutes remaining. Northwestern leads Waldorf by 12 in Forest City. That's with 5 minutes left to go in the game. Here in this one, Dort prevails by a final score of 73-59. Go ahead and scribble that down. So the Defenders stay unbeaten. As we take a look at things on the Wireless World postgame show, let's go ahead and run those highlights, and we'll recap the ball game. Dort led 36-23 at halftime. They extended the lead early in the second half. Got up 46-31. It was 50-35, 50-37, so it was still a 13-point game at that point. And then the Defenders went on an 11-0 run to go up 61-37, and it appeared they were just going to walk it in. Dakota Wesleyan did have a charge in them. They had it down to 10 with about 3 minutes remaining. But Dort outscores the Tigers 6-2 over the final few minutes, and they win it by a final of 73-59. Final numbers for the Defenders tonight: 30 of 64 shooting, 47%, 5 for 19 from the three-point arc, 26%, and 8 of 10 from the free throw line for 80%. Dort and Dakota Wesleyan a 37-37 rebound battle. Turnovers, Dakota Wesleyan committed 13, and the Defenders committed 8. Dort was led tonight by Connor Milliken and Bryce Kopic with 15 points each. Lucas Lorenzen had 11, 9 for Jake Proctor, 7 for Ben Fairclaw, 6 for Jake Hargans, 6 for Luke Rankin, 2 each for Tyler Prinz and Ty Vanessen, and 8 rebounds each for Lorenzen and Ben Fairclaw. 4 assists for Bryce Kopic, 3 assists for Luke Rankin. For Dakota Wesleyan, they were led by Scott with 16 points, 13 for Osleson, and 11 for Dobney, 8 for Randy Rosenquist, 7 for Detterman. Dort wins at 73-59, and we will continue on in the Wireless World post-game show. And I am joined by sophomore Jake Proctor, and Jake is from Heston, Kansas. Where's Heston, Kansas, Jake?
It's about 30 minutes north of Wichita.
30 miles north of Wichita. So I'm going to ask you this stuff first, and then we'll gather our thoughts for the game. How'd you end up at Dort? Take me through last spring, I guess, and what led you here to Dort University in Sioux Center, Iowa?
Yeah, I was at Tabor College in Hillsborough, Kansas. After the season, we had a coaching change pretty late in the season, pretty late in the year, actually. And a bunch of guys left. I just felt like it was my calling to try to find somewhere else at that time. And so I reached out to Dort because my mom went here, and Northwestern, because we had played Northwestern last year. So I came on some visits up here to these two schools, loved both. But there was just something about this school and the guys that I just loved. And, I think it was a pretty easy decision to come here.
Now, your mom played basketball,
Yep,
right?
She played basketball and softball, actually.
And your mom's name, give us the maiden name.
Galenzi, Carla Galenzi.
Carla Galenzi. So she was a little bit before my time. There aren't many who are before my time, but there are still a few. But so you come in, you settle in. What's it like being a transfer coming in? I mean, is it like being a freshman all over again? What did you learn at Tabor, I guess, that you took here to Dort University for your sophomore season?
I mean, it's different. The two totally different play styles. The conference I was in was more one-on-one type game. Athletes. Here it's more move the ball, get open shots, threes. I mean, it's completely different. The one thing I would say that I took is just the speed. It's completely different than high school, so that's something that I've adjusted to over the course of this last season because I started all the games and stuff, so I was kind of thrown into the fire, but it was something that I wouldn't take back. I mean, it was hard, but I learned a lot last year, and I would say the main thing is just the speed of the game.
Tonight, playing Dakota Wesleyan, game plan coming in, what did you want to do, and how'd Coach feel like you guys did tonight?
Well, their game, Coach was saying all week that their game is defense. Apparently they're the best team on defense on synergy and stuff in our conference, so we just need to attack them. We need to get out and run still because that's our game, is getting out and going. And then the other thing is just play defense, play harder than the other team. That's been our thing all year. Our identity is just playing harder, and I would say we did that. Held them to under 60, I think is what it was.
Yep, 59.
Like yep, I mean, that's a winning recipe right there. I think we did it pretty well.
Come in off of the bench, knock down a couple of threes. What's it feel like when that first one goes through?
It felt good. I needed it. Haven't been shooting super well at the beginning of the season, but I think it's just an adjustment, then banged up knee. And so I think it's just adjusting back to the game. But yeah, I felt really good to see that first one go, and shot feels good right now, so I'm excited for the next game.
Well, we get going with Mount Marty again on Saturday. Congratulations on the win. It's been fun watching you play these early games, Jake, and hope the transition continues to go well. What are you studying? I should ask that.
History, education, secondary.
So you want to be a teacher and a coach, maybe?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Jake Proctor, thanks for coming up, and go ahead and hand the headsets over to Coach Brian Van Haften, and we will get to Coach Van Haften in just a little bit. Scanning the scores in the league. Morningside is up 8 on Concordia right now. Doane is down 2 to Mount Marty in Crete. That's with 2.5 left. And Northwestern's going to beat Waldorf. They're up by 17 in Forest City, 95-78. Well, Coach Van Haften, Jake said, you've been preaching at him that Dakota Wesleyan's great on defense, got to attack, play hard, and he felt like the team did a pretty good job of that tonight by attacking. Had a little bit of a lull in the second half where the shots wouldn't go, but fortunately had built up enough of a lead and weathered that storm, come away with a double-digit win over a team that was 6-2 entering the ballgame tonight.
Yeah, I thought we played well. We knew coming in there's a chance this game could be a grinder where it's going to be in the 70s or 80s, and it certainly was that. We weren't great offensively tonight. Lucas, we've been really lucky that Lucas Lorenzo's been so good the first 10 games of the year. Tonight, the ball just didn't go in for him tonight. And, so he's got to handle that adversity a little. But defensively, he had a good game, got some rebounds for us. And, not every game is going to be a work of art, and so it wasn't that tonight. I thought we didn't pass the basketball as well, but a lot of it had to do with Dakota Wesleyan defensively. They just tried to beat us one-on-one, and but overall, I thought Ben Fairclough had a really nice game. I had 4 blocks tonight, and he was really good. Connor Milliken had a really nice game tonight as well, I thought, and so Jake Hargens did. Jake Proctor, he's up here today. Jake Proctor played really well, and we needed him to knock down a couple of threes. The practice has been really good lately, and I'm happy to see that him make a couple, because we're going to need him to do that for us as we go.
I don't like the fact that you only shot 26% for threes, but some nights are going to be like that. Mm-hmm. You had to deal with it. You didn't keep going. I mean, sometimes you can just keep chucking it.
Yeah.
And your guys recognized that, went to the basket, and still shot about 47% from the floor as a team. That's not a bad night. And for this team coming off of what do you find out in Missouri? I mean, what do you take away from those 2 games where you win by 30 and 40 points? What do you take away?
Well, the first game, I mean, I know we won by 30, but it was 52-50 with 15 minutes left, Mike. And, then we went on a 8-minute run where we scored every possession. 14 possessions, we scored all 14 of them. Missed 2 shots in there, got 0 boards, and put them back in. And so it's just one of those moments that we had there. Against Hannibal LaGrange, we struggled a little bit offensively there, but defensively we were great. And we were great again tonight defensively. We held them to 38% shooting. They got guys there. I mean, Randy Rosenquist, Tampa Scott, these guys are good players. Jacob Dobney's come in here, had some really good games in his career. We'll hold him to 4 for 15 from the field. Blaze Luber's 1 for 5. It's a really good night for us, and Ben is a big part of that. So is Luke and Bryce. Lucas Lorenzen's an excellent defender. He's one of our best on-ball defenders that we have. And so tonight was about the defense. Usually we're kind of the talk about, man, how much we score, how much we get at, all those kinds of things. And tonight it was good to see that we can win games in other ways as well.
Mount Marty on Saturday, anything? How much do you know about the Lancers at this point?
Man, if anybody goes inside, it is Mount Marty. They're going inside every trip. They don't even average 5 3-pointers made a game. So they're going inside every single trip, and we're going to have a really good effort. It's going to be a game just like this. It's going to be a little bit of a grinder, and we're looking forward to it. And I'm just proud of our guys. We had talked a little bit last couple of days just about being thankful for where we are, and we're at Chapel today, and Justin Bailey's talking about how we want to not only hear but we want to do right, and we want to make a difference for others, and not just hear what's going on with others, but make a difference with them when there's a struggle of any kind. And I know it doesn't look like that we're struggling at this point, but man, it's hard to go out and win. And so I'm proud of our guys for hanging in there, being a great teammates, and continuing to make a difference in each other's lives.
Coach Van Haften, I'll let you go. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in Yankton on Saturday.
Thanks for all you do, Mike. You're the best.
That is Coach Brian Van Haften. The Dort Defenders, a 73-59 win, and I think the games, I feel comfortable calling 3 of them. Doane and Mount Marty still hanging in the balance. 5-point lead for the Lancers with under 2 minutes to go. Morningside is going to beat Concordia, it appears. 12-point ball game, under a minute left. Northwestern is going to beat Waldorf. That's going to be over. It's going to be about a 20-point ball game. There's 27 seconds left to go in that one. So the standings right now, Northwestern, if all of that holds up, Northwestern's 4-0, Dort is 3-0, Morningside is 4-1. Mount Marty could be 4-1 in league play on Saturday. That is if they hang on to the win over Doane. Dakota Wesleyan and Briarcliff are both 2-2. Concordia is going to be an unlikely 1-3. Midland will hold at 1-3. Waldorf 1-4. Doane could be 0-3, depending on how the next couple of minutes play out. And Hastings did not play today. They are 0-3. So that's going to do it for our broadcasts. Thank you to Carson Schubert back at the Sioux County Radio Studios. And for the Dort Media Network crew,